Hello everyone and welcome back to Amity Bloom. My name is Nazi. If you are new here, hello and welcome to Amity Bloom. If you are a member of this family and have been for a while, welcome back. I'm so grateful that you are here to see the newest collection. I've gotten so many requests from you guys to create some journals that are more simple, that are not as intimidating decorating wise, that are similar to the journals that I created when I first started Amity Bloom. You guys asked and I hope I delivered. So I created 18 journals. You heard me right, 18 journals. I am too shy of 20, which kind of irks me a little. But there's 18 journals in this entire collection. There are 7 traveler's notebook size, 2 different categories, 4 mini size, 4 pocket size, and then 4 hardcover pocket sized. There's lots of journals, a little bit for everyone, different types of colors, and different types of price ranges, which is also really great. Fabric bundles 4 different ways, and some beautiful journal charms just to put the cherry on top. So let's begin. So this is the entire collection put into a little package. As you can see, it's kind of squished in there. So I'm going to start off with the smallest journals and make my way up. So starting off with the tiniest little journal that I am obsessed with, my mini script journals. Hopefully you can see it on camera. My heart pitter-patters every time I turn and I look at these. They fit into the palm of your hand, so you can literally cup it. It's so cute. I wish I had these since I was little because I would go crazy. But these are the smallest journals I have ever made, but they are definitely, I think, one of the cutest. And this is the first of my miniature journals. There will be so many more to come. All of them have handmade paper on the cover, some type of vintage paper on the front, either wallpaper, authentic Italian paper. Authentic papers that aren't being reproduced again are the papers that I use to decorate them. And they always come with the coordinating button to match its color. Ah! I can't resist. These are just so adorable. These are my mini script books. As you can see, there's 4 in the entire collection. I have 2 blue and 2 red. So they are 3 inches by 3 inches, so they're the perfect size to hold in your little palm of your hand. So this is the mini script journal. So opening it up, all of them have some type of decorative paper on the front. On the blue one, we have this beautiful blue marbling effect on handmade paper. And then on the red mini script journal, this beautiful floral effect on a waxed handmade paper. Such amazing texture. I've never felt paper like this before. And it's just so beautiful. It blows my mind how someone can create that. So going through, this is some sewing pages, tea stained, a little mini text spot. Isn't that the cutest? And I've collaged some book pages and tea stained paper together so that you can collage on the front, put a picture, and then journal on the back. So making the most of the space that you have is really the main thing with these little journals. But there's still lots of room for writing and for collaging, and you can always add text spots and little tip-ins. This decorative pocket, I've put a little bit of some waxed handmade paper. This paper is some wicked old music paper, and I know there's no music notes. These little incisions on the page is what would make this music device. I have no idea what it's called, but it's a circular device, and once it touches these little spaces, it produces sound and it makes the music. So I managed to get some really old paper, and so I reinforced it because it kind of breaks apart if you don't. So it's very fragile, but it's kind of like craft paper, and you can journal on it beautifully. Some more textured pockets, vintage book pages, also reinforce them because they're coming apart, and I like to reinforce it with some vintage masking tape. Not decorative washi tape. I like to keep that nice patina look to it. This is some handmade paper with some beautiful hand doodling designs on it. I did not create this. This is what the print was already on the paper. And then all of them have a coordinating tag that goes along with that front paper. And that just tucks in there. And more collage pages. This really nice handmade music paper on your decorative pocket. more of that vintage, or I should say antique. It's a little bit more past vintage. Some antique music pages. This is a really cute little seed packet. So adorable, and it just tucks right in there. I can't flip through this journal and not have a smile on my face. It's so adorable. Here is a really lovely, this is a very lovely embossed tag. And we've reached the back of the journal. So cute. I love it. So pretty much they're all made exactly the same as you saw with the ones that are red. Same types of pages, same types of ephemera. As you can see, that pocket with that wax tag, pretty much everything is the same. Of course, not all the papers have like the same decorative paper, you know, that kind of thing, but they're pretty much identical. The only thing that's different is the different covers on the mini script journals. So these are my little mini script journals. There's 4 in the collection. Can you imagine collecting these on a bookshelf and just seeing them all lined up, filled with memories? Oh, it makes me so excited. If you like miniature journals, if you collect them, I hope you pick one up to add to your collection. Or if you're just intrigued by the size, I hope you pick one up. So there's 2 colors, 2 blues and 2 pink/reds. Moving on to the next size, my pocket size. These are, I believe it's A5 size. It's the size of like a field notes book, just a little bit bigger. It's a soft cover journal, and these are my bloom books. So my bloom books, I wanted to basically create my version of a pocketbook of verse, and they all have a really cute typewriter phrase that I put through my typewriter, my vintage typewriter. These books are completely customizable because they have no fabrics, no tabs, no ruffles, but there are some fabric surprises in the inside. The next journals that I wanted to share with you are the bloom books. This is what they look like packaged up, and they all have a really lovely phrase, bloom within you, on every cover of the bloom book. So let me actually move these aside and let's open this one up. So here is the bloom book. Beautiful fabric covered notebook, soft cover, 1 signature. Let me open it up so that you can see how beautiful that fabric is. It's vintage floral fabric, and it has this really lovely phrase on it, bloom within you. And then when you open it up, all of them have a fabric flip right on the front. Different pieces of the fabric, of course. This is a really lovely wallpaper floating pocket with a rose tea-stained page and this script that I passed through my typewriter that says, "Happiness starts with you." And this is what I was typing on my Remington Rand typewriter that you saw in the previous video where I showed little sneak peeks to the journal collection. Some textured pages. You also saw the embossing folder. Some vintage school pages. And then an embossed tag. I dyed some papers with avocado and they turned out so beautifully. Some more of that antique music paper, even though it doesn't look like music paper. Some textured pages. Some really adorable little fabric clusters. This is very reminiscent of what I made when I first started creating journals. I used to do my fabric collages just like this. So you can really see how my style has evolved over the years with the different styles of journals that I've made. This is a little pocket in the center made out of some handmade paper, and you'll see this paper used throughout the rest of the journals. I really enjoyed the color of it. Do you see how cool that looks? I would honestly just keep it as is because you can risk it tearing completely because of how fragile it is, but it's just so cool and it has such awesome history to it. This is a floating fabric flip out, and this is the very back, another one of my fabric clusters. This flips out, and then this is a textured envelope, and I have typed with my typewriter, special items kept here, and I had to resize it, so I folded it inward a little bit and sewed the edges so that it would fit into your pocket space for your pocket journal. And then this journal measures approximately, let me get my ruler, 4.5 by 5.5. All of them are exactly the same on the inside, same types of pages, decorative paper, just different portions or different parts of that fabric. And also the Bloom Within You script is in different parts as well. This one's really pretty because it reminds me of like little fairy flowers. There was a story that fairies would hide inside of these little teacup flowers. This would be a really cute little fairy journal, but I'm getting carried away, I know. Let's move on to the next round of journals. And for size comparison, these are my mini script books and these are my Bloom books. They're so cute. So starting off with the more simpler traveler's notebooks, these are the two designs. One's a floral striped and one's a beautiful and elegant white embroidered canvas. This one's more colorful and this one's more subdued and more muted. And these journals are my Fabric Simplicity Traveler's Notebooks. So these are the 4 Fabric Simplicity Traveler's Notebooks. We have 2 in this beautiful and elegant white embossed fabric. And then we have 2 really colorful rose fabric covered traveler's notebooks. So the difference between these 2 is just the flowers and where the lines are placed. But they're exactly the same on the inside. The design of this is very similar to the journals that I made when I first started creating my journals. It's that traveler's notebook size that we all know and love, except I wanted to make it very nice and well made with the fabric covered. And it just looks really beautiful when you open it up. It has a floating fabric flip that you can journal something secretive. And then I just did a little collaging with some laces and some appliques down there on the bottom. So with these, I wanted to decorate them with tabs, no ruffles, just some tabs. So you can see it's not overwhelming and it's pretty much ready for you to just go in and write down your memories and kind of like a daily journal. Some really pretty French pages. I love creating these types of pages because you can collage on here, right on this side, right on this empty space, and then do more journaling by putting things in the pockets. And the journals do come with ephemera. I just wanted to show you how the journal looks like bare boned, and it does come with some ephemera, some handmade ephemera that I made. A huge fabric flip going along with that lace design of the entire journal. Some of that avocado dyed paper with some beautiful laces. This is such an elegant book. For those of you who don't like color and just like a very minimalistic, elegant, calming type of style in your journals, this one is perfect because it's simple but it's ready to be decorated however you'd like, and it will go with anything because it's white. So that is what's inside of the Fabric Simplicity journals that are with the white cover. I just love how they look. And let's go on to the colorful ones. So as you can see on the sides, more colorful tabs and laces. It's also a floating fabric flip on that ledger paper. This one has some honeycomb handmade paper and the little clusters. So cute. All of the fabrics that you see me use are actually remnants and little scraps from the fabric packets. Here is a really nice and big fabric flip that you can do some secretive journaling on the back side. I love this paper. It's very thick paper and it comes from a vintage bird book. As you can see why there's ducks. I think it's a duck book actually. Yeah, it's a book all about ducks and I love it. Another little cluster at the bottom. Some vintage French pages, and that is the entire journal. So these 2 are exactly the same. to a T. I think the only thing that's different is, yeah, the piece of the fabric. So these are the two colorful Fabric Simplicity Traveler's Notebooks, and then these two are the white ones. They both have tabs coordinating to the colors. This one's more on the colorful side, and then this one's more subdued. So these are my Fabric Simplicity Traveler's Notebooks. The next round of Traveler's Notebook journals, same size as the others, but these are a little bit more decorated and they have a theme to them. So these are your Tell Your Story Traveler's Notebooks, and these are very special. Your journal is what you make of it. The reason these are called Tell Your Stories is because many of us journal in our notebooks and we're writing the story of our lives. We're putting our thoughts and our life memories onto paper, into a book that is going to be cherished for years to come. You're writing your own story. That's you. Sometimes the stories that we write in our journals are following a path to healing, are following a path to being a more creative person. You might be journaling to leave something special for your kids. There's so many reasons why people start to journal. If you're going through something and you want to just tell your story for yourself, not for anyone else, these books would be amazing for you. But again, if you just want to purchase one, they would make beautiful baby books, actually, because of the pink and the blue. But if you just want them as a bullet journal, as a planner, you can do that as well. But that's just the whole idea behind these journals, the significance to them, and why all of them have the script. Tell your story for yourself. So those are so special. I don't know if you can tell on camera, it made me turn red and blush because it just gets me very emotional. There were 4, but my aunt fell in love with the other one that was pink, so I had to gift it to her. I love how they look like a collaged quilt effect. This would be the greatest little gift for a quilter, I think, just because of all the little pieces. And this was made from the remnants of the fabric packets. And all of them have a cute little dragonfly and a really pretty floral. So they are pretty much similar, but the only difference is color and where I place the phrase. So the phrase is tell your story up here on the bottom and in the middle. And then the for yourself is right in the middle of that one, right at the top for this one, and then right up the top for this one. In this ledger pocket, I just have a floating little journaling spot with a fabric flip to do some secret journaling or to put a little picture. And it's pretty much the same type of style as with the first Fabric Simplicity journals. The same types of pages. These just have a couple more different papers. Look at this one. This one's so pretty. I'd love to have a journal just made out of that paper. So pretty. And then it has the artist. Only this one has the artist name on the bottom if you'd want to search up, because these are illustrated papers. And as you can see, some ruffles, some fabric tabs, none of them are repeated, and you can see the difference between the Tell Your Story notebooks and the Fabric Simplicity. So just so that you can compare, because I know some people love the really decorative fabric journals, but I know some people like just more simple. Look at that flip. It's like blue porcelain. This is going to be the last linen lace / these pastel colored journals, because I want to start creating some journals in earth tones, which I love earth tones as much as I love pastels, and I think it's nice to have a variety of journals in different color schemes because it inspires us. And it's great to see what style you gravitate more towards, but you can have multiple styles and multiple books. And then this one is the pink one. As you can see, really lovely back to it. It's just so cute. And when you open it up, it has sequin work as well, but this one I did not make. This little sequin snippet is from a French garment, a vintage French garment. All of them have a really pretty floral and embroidered trim that can be found in the fabric packet. This is perfect for Valentine's Day. I love this fabric. This is included in the fabric packet as well, and I like to use it for ruffles. This is the flip for this one. It's actually embroidered and it's see-through, so make sure you don't put your most secretive journaling behind that one. This is actually some fabric for my feed sack collections, and I did include it in the fabric packet as well. So much space for writing. Can you already imagine your pictures and your writing? And also, if you don't like the images of the ducks, I know, I wish they could have been swans or something more elegant, but the little ducks, they're pretty and beautiful on their own, but you can cover them up if you don't like it. So you can always change anything. It's your journal. You can do whatever you want to it. I like this little tab with the lace and the French paper, and that's the completed journal. And then here's my logo. So that's how this one looks like. So this is the only pink one, and then there's 2 blues for the Tell Your Story Traveler's Notebook journals. They look so stunning. I just love how they look. So these are the Tell Your Story Traveler's Notebooks. Let me set those aside. And the final journals in this entire 18 journal collection, these journals are the Collage Life journals. They are pocket size, hardcover, 1.5-inch spine, 2 signatures. They are so precious. I had so much fun with this because it was so brand new. I've never made a journal like this. I've experimented with hardcover journals here and there, but I wanted to create something fun, something that was eclectic and cute and just made you smile every time you looked at it and every time you used it. The reason I named it that is because I collaged the cover. All of the covers are a collage piece that I made using vintage papers. I only like to work with vintage papers or vintage replica papers. I'm leaning more and more away from scrapbook paper and going more towards the authentic papers that have history to them, that aren't being made because, and papers that I make as well, because I just think that they're more special. They hold more significance. So these are your Collage Life journals. There's 4 of them, 2 pink and 2 blue. They all have a beautiful collaged fabric spine. These are the 4 journals for the Collage Life hardcover journals that I made. They are pocket size, so they are actually the same size as the Bloom book. Let me grab one for comparison. Same size as a Bloom book, as you can see. It's just significantly thicker. There's 2 signatures in these. They are pretty much the same except for the cover. I've collaged all of them differently with different papers from my collection and different florals as well, different floral designs. They're decorated exactly the same as their sister, so the pinks are exactly the same and then the blues are decorated exactly the same. The only thing that's different is on the spine, it's a fabric spine, there's a different fabric collage. As you can see, it's so pretty. And then on the back, they have my logo and this beautiful textured back. So let me put these aside. And I'm going to go through the blue one and the pink one. This one has the feed sack and the little button and the lace. And then this one has the dragonfly. So they're really, really cute. So let's start off with the blue. There's 2 signatures, and just like with all the others, different types of pages. This is some rice paper, some Japanese rice paper, lace fabric pocket, rose paper, music pages, the same type of thing that you've seen in my journal. That beautiful waxed floral paper in my mini script journals and some handmade paper. Not too many tabs or ruffles. I didn't want to overdo it. I wanted it to be easy for you to just pick up and write. This really beautiful design, a pocket, and then like I said, they will come with ephemera on the inside. I believe the other one's the one that has the ephemera. So you can pretty much just see the types of pages. And just to show you, let me take the little wrapping off. And now let's take a look at the one that's pink and red. So these are the two sisters, just like that. So let's look through this one. They both have that beautiful vintage floral wallpaper. Look at the ruffle, it's so pretty. This is just a sample of the ephemera that's going to go in it. Some fabric tags, handmade paper. This, instead of a pocket, like a fabric pocket, it's a lace pocket. And this is one of the tags that you get that you can journal on. I love the color contrast between the vintage paper and everything that's so light and girly. This would be the perfect little Valentine's journal, especially with the charms that are included in the collection. It's just perfect. Same types of pages as you can see. The only thing that changes are the decorative papers. Some of that music paper, but used as a tag so you can see the little spaces in it. So pretty and so cute. Oh, this fabric I love. I used some of that on the spine of the book. Some French typography, some ruffles. I love that crinkle sound. And then I love this page in the center. It's some vintage paper. And it says March, which is my birthday month. So I like that. I thought it was very special. A cute little pocket in there that'll have something that's going to be a surprise. A fabric flip that I sewed on the side to look like a fabric swatch. So many pages in here. There's lots of room for journaling and lots of space for it to grow, as you can see. Lots of space for it to be filled up with ephemera. I can only imagine how beautiful your writing with collages and pictures, just so pretty. So these are the final journals in the collection. Let me put them like this so you can see the difference between each of them. And they are absolutely the cutest thing on the planet. They might take the place with my mini script journals, but you be the judge of that. So these are the final journals in my entire collection. Not only did I create journals, but thanks to my amazing mummy, we were able to create fabric bundles and journal charms as well. So we decided to create some fabric packets. So they're smaller than a fabric bundle, and that also means they're more affordable, and we could get a couple more created for you guys. So these fabric packets, as you can see here, one blue and white and one pink and white. Linens, laces, embroidered fabrics. You pretty much know the gist if you've purchased fabric from Amity Bloom. These are the larger fabric packs. They're definitely smaller than fabric bundles. The best thing is that the fabrics that were used to create the fabric packs are the fabrics that I used to decorate the journals. So I basically worked with the scraps that were left over from the fabric packs. And you'll see what I was able to create. So that is what I love about fabric bundles and fabric packs. That with the amount of fabric that you get, you can create multiple journals. And these are more meant for pockets, for flip outs, for tabs, for collaging and quilting your covers, or to decorate your journal even more in the coordinating color scheme. So these are the larger fabric packs. And then we will also be having some smaller fabric packs that are a little bit smaller than this in quantity and in size. So I wanted to make sure that I had two different types of fabric packs in different price ranges. And if you already have enough fabric but you just want a little bit more, then you can get the smaller one. Or if you're addicted to fabric and you just love collecting it to use in your journals, then I created the slightly larger packs. So these are the fabric packets. There's going to be 2 of the larger packets and 2 of the smaller packets. So this one is how the small packet would look like, both in blue and in pink. The larger fabric packet comes with that embroidery trim, 10 inches. You get about 12 to 15 fabrics in here. You can pretty much see the types of fabrics that you'll get. And it comes with 5 vintage buttons in the pink, rose, and white tone. And the same thing goes for the blue purple packet. Some of that porcelain floral, the embroidery trim, the buttons in the teals and aquas. And you can see you get laces, that dragonfly. Or if you want to purchase one of the journals and purchase a little packet to go along with it, that would be so cute as well. So these are the fabric packets and the little mini fabric packets. The mini packets do not come with the trim nor the buttons. It just comes with the fabrics that you see here, but in smaller sizes. So for this one, you might get a full piece, and then for this one, you might get half of that. And I would get this if you don't really want a huge collection of fabric, but you want a little bit of fabric to decorate your journal with. I'd get this one, like to make little collages and stuff. But if you want to make a journal, if you want to make tabs and pockets and flip outs, or this quilted style, I used small little scraps, even smaller than the ones in the packet, and I created this cover as well as the tabs and the ruffles. So you don't really need that much fabric in your collection. You can just start with a little mini packet and you can create wonders. So that's why I wanted to offer the different sizes. And now for the final thing to this collection, the journal charms. It just makes me so giddy because we were almost not going to do this, but then I thought I had to create something that was really special for Valentine's Day, which is coming up. And what my mother and I came up with are some In My Heart crystal journal charms to put into your journals. This can be used in your journals, in your planners, in your traveler's notebooks. First of all, the packaging. It looks like a little mini box of chocolates, but I think it's a little bit better than chocolates, just a little bit. They're very similar to the winter crystal. All of them are glass beads, so you want to be very careful. Make sure you don't drop them because they can break. They are made out of glass. They glisten so beautifully. I've used a little bit of Swarovski crystals just to get that extra little glimmer in there. Basically, I wanted to create something that could be gifted to someone on Valentine's Day, and that's exactly what I think we created, down to the packaging, to the crystals that we used, and of course how beautiful they look in your journals. I would personally love to receive this over flowers and chocolate. So Michael, if you're watching, take note. And then last but not least is the beautiful Valentine's Day charms. It's packaged in this really lovely little heart-shaped box. Looks like you're going to be receiving some chocolates, but something a little bit better. When you open up the box, you get Amity Bloom In My Heart Journal Charm Pack. So this is the packaging that goes along with it. What you can do with the charms is that you can choose to have paper clips or this little fabric pin. This is why the charms don't have any paper clips on these. This is how they are currently until you choose at checkout if you want the fabric pin or a paper clip. So make sure you choose that option when you're checking out. Do you see how beautiful they look? Oh my gosh. And they all have the little hearts. Do you see that? And then this one, the same one that we used in the winter crystal, except it has a little heart. What I love is that they look like little women. If you I might be going crazy. It kind of looks like the head, the torso, like the waist and the bottom. It's so cute. So let's take this journal, for example. This is what the charms look like when they dangle from the side. So this is how the pin looks like when you put the charm on a fabric tab. And then this is what the paper clip looks like when you put it onto one of your pages. This is how the journal charms look like on the side of your journal pages. It's so cute. And if you purchase one of the pink journals, it would just be a match made in heaven. But of course, you can purchase these charms to use them in your planners, in your traveler's notebooks, no matter what style of planner or notebook that you have. So make sure you check out the charms as well. So if you want to gift someone who loves journals or planners something very special for Valentine's Day, or if you want to treat yourself, this is the cutest little package to get in your mailbox. So I truly hope that you guys enjoyed the journal charms and everything in the entire collection. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I feel so happy seeing this entire collection finally finished after working on it for a month. If you have been wanting to get something in this linen and lace magnolia rose style, either fabric or a journal or these beautiful journal charms, I definitely hope you can pick something up. For anyone who purchases more than one item, either journals or charms or fabrics, I do combined shipping. And if you purchase multiple journals and fabric bundles or charms, I do offer free priority express US shipping. So it'll get to you in a couple of days and free shipping, which is always amazing. And I like to offer that as a way to say thank you for my appreciation for loving the collection so much and for your incredible and humbling support. So thank you so much again in advance. Thank you. The whole collection will be going live tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So everything, all of the journals, the packs, and the charms will be up at that time. I am not doing any pre-sales or reserving anything just because there was a lot of confusion last time that I reserved and I did pre-ordering. So no pre-ordering, no reserving. Everything will be going up on my Etsy at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. And I hope that you guys have an amazingly good day filled with peace and and love. I know it's cheesy, but I couldn't help it. Bye everyone, and see you guys very soon. Bye-bye. Yay! Oh! Gosh, I love this collection so much. It is so cute and everything packaged in this cute little packaging. I love it. All right.